Hey, I'm Harry.
And I'm Sharlene.
If you're just joining our channel, we are a retired military couple traveling on a military pension of $4,000 a month.
Stay with us as we go over how much it cost us for the month of July 2024 to spend 26 days in Istanbul and 5 days in Plovdiv, Bulgaria. As normal, accommodation is obviously the biggest part of our budget. This month, or the month of July 2024, for 26 nights in Istanbul, we paid $48.36 in an Airbnb. And then we are currently here in Plovdiv, Bulgaria. We spent 5 nights in the month of July at an Airbnb, which is costing us $32.82. That averages out for the whole month of July to $45.85 a night. So the entire month cost us $1,421.46.
Good stuff.
Now, I've got to tell you, Harry has no idea how much this month of July cost us. What do you think it might have cost?
I'm going to guess $3,000.
You have to stick around. You'll find out when Harry does as to how much it really cost us.
So let's talk restaurants. We were surprised at how expensive eating out in Istanbul at some places were compared to the rest of the cities that we visited in Turkey. We did fall in love with a meat and spicy pastry dish called börek, or they call it snail pie also, at a little restaurant just not too far from our flat, and it was so good. But for restaurants this month, we only spent $350.72. Now, coffees, Charlene's favorite. It was too hot in Istanbul for the month of July, so regular coffees this month we didn't spend so much, but we did get a few iced coffees, a few cold drinks, and then also lots of Turkish tea. So our coffee bill this month for July was $40.70. And in groceries, of course, we ate in a lot more at our Airbnb. We love buying local in Istanbul. We had a bakery literally right next door to the apartment, right below our flat. We could hear them preparing at 3:30 in the morning. I mean, they're slapping the dough and making the simits and everything of that nature. But you can buy a loaf of bread, Turkish bread, for 10 to 12 Turkish lira, which is about 32 cents US.
And it was so good.
I mean, my goodness. How could you not love fresh bread? And he had the most amazing fresh baked cookies, or what they called cooks, and also simits. But you know, every day we'd go in there, and sometimes we go there and get a small loaf or something for our lunch, and he'd always give us like free cookies. So I thought that was pretty sweet.
He was so sweet. I was sick for a couple of days, and Harry went in to get a loaf of bread, and he asked where Harry's wife was. And when he found out that I wasn't feeling very well, he sent Harry home with some free cookies for me. He was so sweet.
Fortunately, I saved her one, so that was good. And then right near our Airbnb as well, there was 2 fruit stands. So we were getting, fresh fruit and veg on a daily basis, non-GMO. It was fabulous food. The flavors are so good, and it was so fresh. And then also not too far from our flat we had 2 corner grocery stores as well, which pretty much had stocks of everything that we needed. So in all, our grocery bill for the month of July was $286.53.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about transportation. The amazing thing was the majority of everything in this category was public transport, apart from a taxi to and from the Airbnb from the bus depot, which was $33 I think total. But the public transport was amazing, very inexpensive, and it's no wonder that all the locals use public transport. For 17.7 Turkish lira, as of July anyway, you can hop on a bus and basically go for as long as the bus will take you. Now, one thing we did find out is that if you use an Istanbul card, you can get 17.7 lira right. And you just keep topping up your car and then just swipe your card as you get on the bus, or you get on the ferry or get on the metro. If you use your credit card, You're going to be able to use it no problem. It'll swipe, but it's going to cost you that much more. That 17 lira trip will all of a sudden become a 25 lira trip. So try and use your Istanbul card rather than your credit card. That's one thing we learned the hard way.
Yeah, I felt out of all the cities that in fact, all the countries that we visited thus far, I think that Turkey's public transportation system is probably the best that we've experienced, and that's just my opinion. But
it was great.
Yeah.
And just anywhere you wanted to go, you could get a bus or a tram or a metro. It was very easy. The other thing that we did was getting from Istanbul to Plovdiv, we caught a flex bus, so that was $28. Anyway, our total transportation cost for the month of July was $123.33.
So one of the things we like to do as slow nomads or slow mads is we like to sightsee. And we didn't pay a lot to be tourist attractions for Istanbul this month.
We didn't pay any, in fact.
No, it was great. There were so many amazing mosques to see and at no cost that you don't have to pay for. Now, Hagia Sophia, if you did want to go to Hagia Sophia, you did have to pay for that. But we visited 5 amazing churches and mosques, all for free, and most of them were nowhere near the crowds that you'd have at Hagia Sophia, so that was a bonus. We also visited the Cistern Art Gallery for free instead of paying to go to the Basilica Cistern. While it's much smaller, it's very interesting to see basically all the different artifacts from that time period. That was a big plus for us. I mean, if we could save that extra money in there and get the same benefits of the same type of items, it's also something that we thought was a bonus.
And what about the Grand Bazaar and the Spice Bazaar?
Right.
So many places to see. It's just amazing.
Yeah, there are so many amazing, interesting places that we could talk about. And the amazing thing is so many of them are free. And the history will just blow your mind. Of course, Istanbul's on 2 different continents, Asia and Europe. And it's just a fantastic city. 16 million people in this city, I think it is.
It's crazy.
But it is crowded, but it's a unique experience. If you've never been here, I highly recommend coming. So the only sightseeing thing that we did pay for is while we were here in Plovdiv, Bulgaria, and that's the ancient theater of Philopolis. I hope I said that right. Yeah, which is 5 Bulgarian lev, which is approximately $2.50 each. Overall, our sightseeing budget for the month of July was a whopping $5.53.
Gotta love it. So in our general category this month, we had a couple of things, including new shoes for Harry. We've been putting some miles on our shoes, and the tread has almost worn off the bottom of his shoes.
Yeah, I didn't want another incident like we had in Ephesus where I busted my tail on marble steps.
No,
So
that
I need to
wasn't
get some
fun.
new shoes.
I got a new pair of pants and a new headscarf for the mosques that we were visiting in Istanbul. So our total was $74.38. eSIM for our phones. Harry continued using his Arello Global annual plan, but he only used a gig total this whole month. I did get a 5 gig plan for 30 days, which covered us for the whole month we were in Turkey, which was only $7.50. So our whole monthly total for the eSIMs between both of us was $11.25.
Yes, I think one of the unique things about this too is I tried to relax on using my global card and just piggybacked off of yours, and we just use yours for, Google Translate or maps or finding things, or maybe even use it as a hotspot. So we'll continue to do that as we press forward, because we're going to try to make my global SIM for the entire year last us through the entire year. So I'm going to rely more on her monthly one and then do it that way with hotspots and stuff like that.
Subscriptions, same as every other month. We've got Amazon Prime and we've got NordVPN. Our total was $13.89.
So let's talk health insurance. This is our monthly family deductible for TRICARE Select. which covers myself, Charlene, and our youngest son, who is a full-time student at university. And that is a monthly charge of $31.41. And let's talk medical and dental. Now, we had heard that Turkey was the place to go for dental work. So we had planned to get some cleanings done or a 6-month checkups here while we were in Istanbul. Charlene also got 2 crowns, or 2 old crowns, replaced for just $200 each, which we thought was an incredible price.
Amazing.
So we did a video on this. So if you haven't seen our dental video, please make sure that you take a look at that video in our library, and I think you'll enjoy the prices that we came up with. We'll add a link to the description as well. I used this month to get the prescriptions refilled as well. So for the next 3 to 6 months, and this cost us $79.28 US. We were going to submit some information to TRICARE to see if we get reimbursed some of that, but we'll see what happens. And hopefully we'll get something back. But it just goes to show you that the prices of medical care overseas is a lot cheaper than what it is in the US. So our prescriptions and our dental came to a balance of $704.92.
And that was without insurance and just walking into a pharmacy, asking for your prescription.
I was just shocked. I said, I need this. They said, yeah, what milligram? I'm like, okay, you don't need to see the prescription. You don't need to check my passport or anything like that. I even brought the bottles with me so they could see what it was. But they were like, yeah, we got that. And then, yeah.
We're not recommending that you get prescriptions that you're not entitled to have. You need to follow your doctor's orders.
Very true.
Anyway, so Harry, you're still sticking with your $3,000 guess?
I'm going to stick with $3,000.
Okay. The amazing thing is we spent almost...
Let me do a drum roll. All right, go ahead.
Almost a whole month in Istanbul, and it cost us, if you exclude the medical and dental, cost us $2,016.33.
Well, I will give you a high five on that one. That's amazing.
So, including dental and prescriptions as well, our total for the entire month of July, including 3 weeks in Istanbul and a week in Bulgaria, was $3,064.12. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, that was good stuff. And again, you'll see the breakout that we have in the video that shows, how we spend things like that. But I think our overall biggest expense outside of medical and dental is probably the lodging.
It always is.
Yeah. So I did want to give a shout out though to an amazing couple that we had spent I won't say a lot of time, but a couple of days time with. Great people from Canada, and that is
Howard and Whitney.
Hey
guys.
We absolutely enjoyed your pleasures of your company while we were going around the town. A couple of good meals, and we'll provide a link to their blog site as well if you want to take a look at their blog site. So
thank you, Whitney, for your ideas and suggestions on places to go too.
So that's all we have for the month of July. Please like and subscribe and hit that bell icon, and hopefully we'll see you again in August when we do our review of Bulgaria.
See you later.
Take care, guys.